Hariam children, this slide we shall be doing Australia physical features. Last video we have learned Australia political. So this video we will be learning Australia physical feature. When we will read Australia physical feature, we shall be learning that it is basically divided into three parts. What are they? The Western Plateau, the Central Lowland, the Eastern Highland. Okay. Again, Central Lowland has got the basic three part: Rift Valley, Great Artisan Basin, and Eastern Highland has a Great Barrier Reef. We shall be doing in this video the Western Plateau and Central Lowland. Have a look to this picture, right? So this picture, so this pink part, the entire pink part, you are saying this is Western Plateau. Whereas this yellow, lemon yellow part, it is the Central Lowland. Whereas this green part is the Eastern Highland, and the last bluish part is the coastal land or coastal plain, where we include Great Barrier Reef. Okay, so these are the three basic part of Australia physical feature: the Western Plateau, Central Lowland, and Eastern Highland, along with the your coastal plain, which include Great Barrier Reef. First, we shall be learning the first landform, that is Western Plateau. Okay, Western Plateau normally cover the entire western part of Australia. Around 2/3 of the continent is occupied by Western Plateau. The plateau is generally flat. Slopes are very gentle towards the east. Near this Alice of Spring, you shall be roughly found this part. You shall be roughly found the world largest single rock. Okay. And we will see that apart from that, you see this Western Plateau consists of basically hot deserts. Okay. So this light brown color feature, you are seeing that these are the hot desert, that is the Great Sandy Desert, the Gibson Desert, and the Great Victoria Desert. This is the three basic deserts of Australia Western Plateau. Apart from that, you are getting the Tanami Desert. Okay, you are getting this is another desert, and Little Sandy Desert. You are getting another desert, including the three basic desert system present in Western Plateau, right? We are also seeing few range are there: Humsler Range, Darling Range, right? And is a McDonald ranges. We are getting three ranges over here. We are getting another plateau over here, Kimberley Plateau, right? So Western Plateau include these three basic deserts, right? When we will be talking about the three basic deserts, then we will be saying that these regions receive very scanty rainfall, right? Due to which the surface is sandy, rocky, and vegetation normally consists of thorny shrubs and bushes. Okay, and what type of thorny shrubs? Normally we find acacia, which we say mulga, which grow in this particular sandy region. Okay, and the short variety of eucalyptus, which is known as mallee, found in this sandy desert region. Okay, we will be finding in this part in Western Plateau, deserts are there which are hot deserts, right? Again, we will be finding bordering to the southern coast of Australia. This part, southern coast of Australia, we will be finding the treeless region. This part, this yellow part, this is the treeless region, which is known as your Nullarbor Plain. Right, so Nullarbor Plain, it is a treeless region in the southern coast part of the Australia, and this is a plateau part, limestone plateau. Mainly it's cover the dissolving limestone here, right? So we are basically finding the deserts and Nullarbor Plain in Western Plateau. We have, as I told, we will also get a walled single rock in this Western Plateau. We will see that in this part you see the largest single rock, which is known as the Uluru, right? And it is found generally in the near the Alice Spring. Look at this part, Alice Spring, here roughly in the center of the Australia, right? So here we will find Alice Spring, and in the Magdalena region in between you will find the Airy Rock, or we say Uluru, right? So this is the biggest rock you are seeing. This is also known as Airy Rock, and it is the largest geological feature which is in the single massive form we are getting over here, and it is almost well known in Australian landmark and greatest of the all Australian landform, right? So it is the world famous single rock which we find, normally we find in Australia we get it, and near to this Alice Spring in Magdalena Range we will get this basically in Central Australia, right? So we are saying that in Western Plateau, the deserts, the Nullarbor Plate and the rock Uluru. We will go to the next physical feature which is known as the Central Lowland, right? So in the Central Lowland you will say that it is present in between the Western Plateau and Great Dividing Range, right? Which is the eastern part of the Australian physical feature, right? So Central Lowland, it is the cultivated area of Australia. Rather, I will say it is the agriculture area of Australia, right? So this reason we will find the Central Lowland. We have covered the desert part, and this is the agriculture part or the green land, or which we say the Central Lowland of Australia. In detail, if we will go, the Central Lowland, basically we will find, let us have a look to this. This is present in the Western Plateau and the Eastern Highland, which is present the Great Dividing Range. It extends from the Gulf of Capernaum and in between the north and the southern coast of the continent. We will find over here, this is the Gulf of Capernaum, and in the southern coast of the continent, it finds in this part only, right? This entire part is from here to this part. You will be getting the Central Lowland. And it is the elevated region less than 150 meter above the sea level. This part is just above the sea level. The Central Lowland is basically divided into two parts. What are the northern part of this region is drained by a small river from the lake of the Gulf of Capernaum. So here the few rivers are arises from here, and central part is around the Lake Erie. This is the important lake. It is the Lake Erie and is the low-lying river which is present in this lower part, right? It is the upper part or towards the north, and it is in the lower part we are getting the Lake Erie, right? We are also getting this part few rivers, the important river of the Australia. We will find the Murray. This is the longest river of Australia, Murray, and the next river is the Darling, right? So these two river and this entire area is producing a basin, right? So we say it is a Murray-Darling basin. Okay, and here we are getting another river, Luchan. So these three rivers, they produce a basin and along with the Lake Erie, right? So this is the part, the Central Lowland is highly agricultural land of Australia, which is coming from the Gulf of the Capernaum to the Lake Erie, and which is supported by these two rivers, that Murray and Darling, right? And we will see the southern part of the lowland, this drainage basin which we say the water drainage basin. It is from the Lake Erie and Lake Erie, and it is, that's why called the drainage basin system we will find over here. And due to this basin, the alluvial deposit is maximum in this part, and which is better for the Australian cultivation, right? So that's why this Murray-Darling Basin is an important basin of Australia. We will see in detail. This is the part of Murray-Darling Basin, and you will find that this Murray-Darling Basin is that it is rich in agriculture due to the adequate water supply, right? And it has got the tributary, you see Darling, which is the tributary. You are also getting the Murrumbidgee, it is another tributary, and which we saw the Lalchan, it is the tributary present over here. And this basin is very important basin, and this basin in Australia is known as food basket. Right, so it is a food basket. Why? As it is located in the southern eastern part of Australia, and it includes normally the total capital part. It is include the Australian Capital Territory, Queensland, South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia. This part of the land is occupied by Murray-Darling Basin. So it is a cultivated area, and where the adequate water supply is there, and so it is known as the food basket. We will see the Lake Erie. It is important because Erie is a drainage basin. It is found there, which is the Successive basins, right? The normal lakes are the Lake Torrens, Lake Erie, and Lake present over there. And this is also known as a endorheic basin, because this basin is that it can store water and it can restore the water which do not allow the water to flow to other outside water basin, so that it can help in storing the water as well as help in the drainage system. Radial type of drainage system happens due to this basin. This is a beautiful Murray-Darling Basin. We will see the next part in Central Lowland, Rift Valley, which is found in the southern part of the Australia, and it's a long valley with steep plains. Many plains are there, and Lake Torrens and the Gulf of Spencer are found here. So you are seeing the Lake Torrens over here and the Gulf of Spencer, which we are finding in this region. So this particular area is the Rift Valley area. We are getting the Torrens, we are getting the Lakes Erie, and this is the towards the north and the south, and you are getting the Spencer Gulf, right? So this is the Rift Valley. So Rift Valley extends from Lake Erie region, and it is continue into the sea in the south, and Spencer Gulf, Lake Torrens, Lake Erie are the low-lying part of the Rift Valley. So it is found in the southern part of this, in between the Western Plateau and Murray-Darling Basin, right? So this is the beautiful picture of Rift Valley. So we were saying the next part is Great Artisan Basin, which is found in the again the Central Lowland, right? And this is important because Central Lowland is one part which is normally found in this part. We are getting the Great Artisan Valley, which is the part, the agriculture part of the Australia. So it is consist of the Artisan Basin. This Artisan Basin is an important basin, and where we will get the artesian well. Okay, so we shall be knowing what is meant by artesian well. So look at to this picture. This is located in the larger area in the Central Lowland in the state of Queensland, and which is known as an artesian basin, and where it is found in the artesian well. Right, so this is a confined area, and it is a drill through the impermeable strait reached to the water capable area and in the surface of the internal due to the hydrostatic pressure, right? So it is the impermeable area or layer of the rocks, and where the groundwater, it is seepage through this as the soil is porous, and it is stored over here, and which is due to the surface area it is present, and due to hydrostatic pressure it comes out, right? So that is the it is a beautiful feature of the central lowland, and due to this well, until this is reaches to the elevated table, water table region, so water comes out, and this is again associated with the aquifer, right? The artesian well is normally due to enough pressure rise all the way and being pumped and most capped due to the control of overflow of the water can also be maintained by this artesian well. We will find aquifer. Aquifer is a body of rocks or a sediment which hold the groundwater, and it is what you say, this is the unpenetrated area over here where you are getting the artesian valley, and is a clay. This is a confined aquifer over there, and water stored over here, and which can be utilized. And this aquifer are the saturated rocks which are sedimented, and around 99% of our groundwater is stored over there, and that's is used for the drinking purpose, right? Which is present in the central lowland. So this is the unique feature in central lowland, aquifer and artesian basin. So next video we shall be learning the next part of physical feature. Thank you.